Oh man, welcome everybody to Thursday Night Magic. I apologize, we are starting a little bit late today. But we are live, Thursday Night Magic. First round of the tournament starts today. The winner of this tournament will become our #1 contender at Holocaust, October 23rd. But before we get to that tournament, we have a little bit of unfinished business to get to. Now, again, I do apologize, we're a bit late. We got faster internet and TV installed, so I had some stuff that I needed to do before we could get started today, but all that's been finished, so now we can get to the action here tonight. And as far as unfinished business goes, this has got to be the top of the list. TV title on the line. Fuzzy attacked the wrong person yesterday. He attacked Will Whiteside, thinking Will still had the title. Will has now declared war on Fuzzy, and thanks to also Will's partner, Cobble, finding and keeping the money in the bank, or at least for the time being, he had kept the money in the bank. It looks like the Odd Jobs have decided to go after the biggest of the big dogs, the Killer Bees. So, let's see how that turns out, and it might start a little bit here with this Hardcore Championship, or the TV title rather, on the line. Now, there's nothing special about this match. For one of the few times in TV title history, there's just a normal match, no street fight, no special rules, just a regular one-on-one win by pinfall or submission. And here comes our current TV title holder, Richard's best interest is to win and keep that TV title belt and then win his other match tonight, because if he does, he will pass Reidner on the overall #1 contendership list for the season, not just for the month, for the entire season. That means that he could line up to be #1 contender for the world title at Edge of Midnight. Huge for Richard. He's got to have his game face on today. He's got to have he's got to be in the zone, you know. And this match, winning this match and then keeping the TV title for the night would be a big contributing factor towards him getting to Edge of Midnight for the biggest belt of them all, the world title. Richard with his fro and his side wounds, getting ready to defend that TV title. We know, ref. TV title on the line. Here we go. Let's see who starts off on the offense here. These two are very familiar with each other. They've fought each other multiple times. They're both in the running for the TV title. Richard's crossed paths with the Killer Bees as part of Afro-Lution. Oof, big old knee to the nuts there by Fuzzy. But getting jacked in the face by Richard in return. Richard slamming Fuzzy down to the mat. Fuzzy coming back with a quick punch. Stiff punch to the chest, kick to the nuts again, and putting Richard into the far turnbuckle. Adjusting his pants, so not really hustling over there. But coming up, and ooh, nice little monkey flip from Fuzzy. Following up with a leg drop. Fuzzy wants that TV title back. That TV title basically belongs to Fuzzy. As you probably know, if you've been watching the MMWF for any amount of time, Fuzzy is very close to that TV title. As you see Richard locking in a full Nelson, though, trying to get Fuzzy to quit. Fuzzy, however, breaking out of it. No problem. Fuzzy comes back with a punch to the chest, punch to the face, another knee to the midsection. Fuzzy almost laughing at Richard. Richard trying to make him pay, but a nice little spinning kick to the face there takes him back down. Fuzzy appears to be in control of this match. Richard showing a little bit of defense, but Fuzzy coming with full power offense. He wants his TV title back. There's nothing to mistake about that. As you see Fuzzy making Richard whiff on that punch, and then wheel kicking him in the face again, catching him right in the throw. The Justins, as you well know, got him some hair regrowth acceleration treatment so that he could get his throw and sideburns back after losing a hair versus hair match against Justin Downs. And there's a nice little reverse DDT suplex by Fuzzy. Fuzzy definitely showing some high-powered offense here in order to win this match. Richard, however, with that takedown. Fuzzy making him whip on that stomp. Come back and then punch to the face. Oh, this time no wheel kick. He gets swept, and here's a pin by Richard. Not even a 1 count. Richard, like I said, he's got to stay in the zone. He's got to stay focused. He's got to go for the win here. Otherwise, here comes a pump handle gutbuster by Richard. He could pass Breitner as the overall #1 contender for the season. That would put him a big step closer towards being overall #1 contender for the World Championship at Edge of Midnight. He could conclude 2011 as the MMWF World Champion, but a bear hug is not going to help. Fuzzy locking Richard into that bear hug, and he's reversed out of it. Once again, Richard showing some defense. But disappointingly, not much offense out of Richard here. Near the midsection, the flying body attack. So Richard trying to come back, reminding people he's got the TV title. Nice little punch to the belly there, almost a punch to the solar plexus. Fuzzy goes down in a heat. Richard following up with an elbow drop. Fuzzy a little bit slow to get up, and a flying clothesline there from Richard. Richard suddenly coming back in this match. Fuzzy's got to be careful. Richard, nice reversal into the ropes. Jumping over Fuzzy. Ooh, haymaker punch. Richard making Fuzzy pay for that mistake. Fuzzy dazed. Finally coming back with an elbow. Dragging Richard over to the ropes. And not much can be said about that. Fuzzy not really even interested in continuing that little attack on Richard. Richard rolling out of the way of that double axe handle though. Fuzzy getting behind Richard. Could be going for it again. Fuzzy is just going after Richard's Slim Jim and 2 berries. But didn't have the energy to continue that attack, and Richard's going to make him pay for that. I mean, lifting Richard up twice is no small feat, I gotta say. He's a big guy. And boom! But it was maybe a little bit of playing possum as he catches Richard in the face with that elbow. Then he has a shin breaker there. Fuzzy, nice couple of stomps. Another knee to the nuts. Richard continuing his attack on Fuzzy continuing his attack on Richard's decency, but Richard making him pay with a wheel kick right to the Fuzzy hair. Brandon Harper. Ooh, huge whiff on Richard, but managing to tie Richard up in a headlock. Richard trying to get out of it. Richard, and once again, Fuzzy showing that he is worn out. Richard is just wearing him down with this constant defense. Oh, but there is no defense against a high angle kick like that. Fuzzy going up top, kicking Richard right in the sideburns. And once again, putting Richard right on the ropes for a 3rd time. Once again, Fuzzy he doesn't have the energy to follow through on it. It's almost like Fuzzy running out of durability here. Don't know how much longer he can put up with this sort of offense as he whiffs on a punch. Richard continuing to bounce on the ropes. Richard another kick to the lower area there, the unmentionables. Fuzzy couldn't really decide which way he wanted to go with that rear tie-up he had there. Almost leaving the ring, and now Richard with the takedown. Gonna be interesting to see where this match goes. We've seen some back and forth. Very defensive matchup. Nobody really showing some explosive offense. Fuzzy showing that big high angle kick, and now he's tying up in the Boston Crab. If Richard submits here, Up, he's not going to. He's going to get out of it. Richard, as you can tell, he's starting to be worn down too. Fuzzy taking him back over to the ropes. He doesn't have the energy to keep going with that. As you see Richard with a nice block there. Not blocking that knife edge chop. Richard in a bad way and getting knocked out of the ring by Fuzzy. Richard uppercut to the body, kick to the midsection, tying Fuzzy up in a headlock. This could be bad for Fuzzy. He is stuck in a powerbomb position, but he gets out of it. Once again, continuing the defensive nature of this match. Here's a pin by Fuzzy. 1, 2. Oh, Richard with the kick out. Richard denying that little grapple attempt there by Fuzzy. Fuzzy, however, getting the headlock in. No block on that grapple attempt this time. Here's a scoop slam from Fuzzy. Looks like Fuzzy trying to get back into control of this match. Richard definitely showing that he is a little bit dazed. DDT by Fuzzy. Oh, Richard goes down hard. Fuzzy's lifted up Richard. This could be the end of it. Here comes that reverse DDT. Oh, reverse DDT into a backbreaker. Here's the pin by Fuzzy. 1, 2, 3. So Fuzzy wins, gets his TV title back, helps his partner out a little bit by keeping him on top for the time being. But Fuzzy has that TV title, and he's going to take that TV title into his tournament match later tonight. So Fuzzy will take the TV title into his tournament match. Of course, if he loses that, he will lose the TV title along with it. But big game for Fuzzy and a huge setback for Richard. Now he's got to continue working to get back to that #1 spot. Well, we're going to continue with Thursday Night Magic here. Again, we've got a full card of stuff for you tonight. Mostly tournament matches. But obviously, we're going to head backstage here, I think. Let's see what we've got in store. Well, it looks like our CEO, Neftarath, is taking the podium once again. Alright, so I didn't hear nearly enough people talking about my grand old idea. The tournament, not the strip mini-golf thing. In fact, never mind the second part. Because my talent was so wrapped up in the discussion about the women's division. Really? That of all things? I decided we need to get our wrestlers more, focused on beating the hell out of each other for your enjoyment. Therefore, all tournament matches are now no disqualification. And depending on what my friend Sailor Jerry decides, the next few rounds of this tournament will also have some sort of special rules as well. So get your asses ready, MMWF superstars. Oh, what an edict by our CEO, making all matches no disqualification.